Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my out-of-box review for the HG Age G-Exes. So let me just start off the review by saying I really like this kit. This is a really nice, really solid kit. The design, that's totally up to you whether you actually end up liking the design or not. For a lot of people, I can imagine it would be just a lot of white for people. Although personally, I kind of like it. I am going to be changing the color. When I paint this, I won't be painting it white. But it does look good in all white. Of course, doing some panel lining on this would definitely help a lot to break up a lot of that white space. I think we do have some nice bits of gray that pokes through in terms of the gray parts, and then a handful of black stickers also that help break up that as well. So like on the front and back of the shoulders, you have black stickers there. On the back of the backpack there, a couple of black stickers. On the back of the legs, the inside and outside of the legs, you have a couple of black stickers there. And then on the skirts, the back skirt and the front skirts, we have a couple little small black stickers there. So in terms of the stickers, there are kind of a lot. There are a number of them, yes, but they're all just these simple black color apps that will be very easy to just paint whenever you're actually gonna paint up the kit. And then really only like color sticker apps are just for the head, which you also kind of don't really have to use at all. You have a sticker for the front camera and the back camera and for the eyes, but if you remember from the unboxing, that whole piece is just all one color. So that is the front camera, back camera, and the eyes is all just already a teal color part, and then you would just need to do like the black lining around the eyes to just fill that in, which is relatively simple. I did go ahead and use the stickers here though, so you are seeing the foil stickers there for all of those. I think the foil stickers do also look pretty good. This is one case where probably for the eyes I would paint those. But for the front and back cameras on the head, the foil stickers actually end up working quite well, and I would even consider using those on the painted kit, but I'd have to think about that. But anyway, in terms of the overall construction, everything goes together quite nicely, and the articulation is very good. One thing I'll point out right away, though, is these front skirts. I cut them apart, as you usually can, and get away with that, but in this case, I regret doing that because they're very loose now. So I would not recommend cutting these front skirts apart, or just be prepared to do something with these to try to tighten those up again, because as they are, just cutting them is going to make them really super loose. So here on the head, you can see those stickers are going to give you a nice shine there, using the foil stickers on the front and back of the head. That teal color is looking nice, just shining out of the white mass. Head articulation, the head is going to be able to only really go up to there, because this like bit on the back of the head there is going to be running into the back there. So looking up, unfortunately not that much, but looking down, got no problem there at all, looking as far down as you could possibly want. In terms of the stomach section, this is another only one of the very few issues I have with this kit. Very loose here, so just moving the kit around, these ball joints here in the center come apart very easily at the polycaps there. The shoulder joint does swing forward and back a little bit there, so you can see there's some nice movement there, and the whole shoulder joint moves up and down a little bit, and it's coming apart here in the center again. Then the shoulder armor itself will move up and down. We have a nice gray vent piece up inside there as well. And then just in terms of just the arms, just standard articulation, it's able to move up to about there before you can turn that and get it up a little bit more. Then just rotation at the top of the arm. Nice double joint here in the elbow to give you a nice full bend there. And then the wrist is just on a ball joint. And then here in the stomach, we have the two ball joints, but it's really mostly for just like turning, and you get a little bit of crunch there. Not really a whole lot of ab crunch. That's just like the standard, and then can crunch forward just a little bit to there and back a little bit. So not a whole lot, but a little bit there. For the backpack, we have just each side of the backpack is on a ball joint there. So these will move around, and then you have the beam saber handle ports here, kind of charging docks those are just like kind of tacked onto the side here, and then you can just pull out the beam saber handles. My issue with these is that I feel like you're definitely going to be scratching paint pulling that beam saber handle in and out of there, because it's just a friction connection in there. So figure like if you're planning on painting this kit, you're going to want to sand that down. Maybe just like sand down the edges of this to give you a little bit more, a little bit less friction there. That is going to make it more loose, but as it is now, you're definitely going to be scratching paint if you try to put that in and out. Then inside here, you got some nice gray thruster parts in there in the backpack. One of the few seam lines that this kit is going to have is going to be on these backpack parts. So there's going to be a seam going through that. That'll be a little bit annoying, but it's one of very few seam lines for this kit. So as you saw, the front skirts now are too loose. The side skirts do move up and down, and those can rotate. We have the little missiles in there. As I know that other reviews have pointed out, it would have been much better if the two parts for this side skirt, you have an outer part and an inner part. So this outer part is white as it should be, and I think they really should have molded the inner part in gray, because like those missiles are molded to the inner part, so that would have made the inside of this gray, and then those missiles would have also been in gray. I think that definitely would have been at least better than as it is now. Of course, painting that as such is going to be very easy to do, but as is, that's just how it is here. The back skirt doesn't move at all, but we have this panel here that very simply just slides down like that. It's a really nice design for that. Just slides up and down to expose that port there for plugging in the rifle. Hip joint is one that is able to swing side to side, and then also swing a little bit side to side this way. Then of course the legs, just a rotation there at the top, and a nice double joint there for the knee with some knee armor separation there. Very nice. And then down here at the ankles, fantastic articulation here, rotating side to side, no problem with that at all. Forward and back, I guess not that much, but I think it's okay, it's enough. The foot is just all like one piece here, so you don't get any toe bend or anything, unfortunately. That's one thing that I wish it had, but you know, for how nice the rest of the articulation is, it's a kind of small complaint. Underneath the feet, some nice detail here. You do have a little bit of hollow space there at the toe though. So overall, the articulation is really nice. It's actually really very fun and easy to pose this kit, which I'll show you more here in a minute, but let me just show you the accessories as well. Aside from this regular holding hands we have there, we do also have a single open hand for the left hand. Of course, would have been nice to have two, but this one does look really, really good on the kit, so very happy with that. The two beam saber effect parts for this, again, this is the kind of like flat rectangular design beam saber effects, so those will also look nice. We do have the rifle, which does have a sticker there for the camera. You just have to take apart the hands to put it on there. It has the secondary handle, which folds out. Let me just back this up a little bit for you guys. There you go. Secondary handle folds out, can rotate 90 degrees there. Now on the other side, we just have this little switch that just pulls that peg out there, and then yeah, just slide that panel down on the back skirt. And then this can just be plugged onto here for storage. It looks a bit big on there on the back skirt for sure, but yeah, that can be stored there if you want. I think it looks much better in hand. I really like the design of this rifle, so I'll just be holding mine in the hand, and like I said, pulling these beam saber handles in and out of there. It's just going to scratch paint, so whenever I paint mine, beam saber handles will be just staying in there permanently, and the rifle will be in hand. But anyway, I should also point out there's gray stickers inside here as well, inside the like top vents of the backpack. Those are also gray stickers. Then we have our shield, which has this really cool wolf head logo on there. You do get two of those stickers, so like you could use one if you mess it up, or like if you're like me, you just snap up the kit, you put the sticker on there, and then maybe sometime later you realize, I kind of want to paint the kit. You take the sticker off, that sticker's ruined. You do have an extra one that you could use. Of course, getting water slides would be the best option. The other thing that you can do with this, I saw in Robert 184's old review of this kit. He used this sticker on the first grade kit. So there is like a first grade 1/144 scale version of this that doesn't come with this sticker. You can use your extra sticker on that kit if you want, if you have that. Anyway, and then this just really simply just kind of plugs into the hand. Now the way that this connects is a little bit unique. You kind of have to pull the hand off here, and yeah, it's just coming apart very often. So anyway, this part here on the forearm, you have to pull this off, and then rotate that 90 degrees. You see this has a notch on it, which the notch is normally at the back. There, we pull this part off, rotate that 90 degrees, then that notch lines up with that hole there in the side of the arm, and that's where this peg is going to go. Then we can put the hand through the handle there, and then this that plugs in, and then this plugs in there to the side of the arm, and then there you go. It's nice and secure on the arm like that. The problem is I don't really like how it's holding the shield like that with its hand like in that position. It looks a little bit strange. But if you're not, as long as you're not seeing the hand, then it does look fine. I guess you could hold it the other way, but anyway, that's that. The shield does kind of run into the shoulder armor a little bit. That's a little bit annoying, but I feel like it's not really going to be that big of an issue. Again, I haven't seen the Age series, so I can't really talk too much about like the story, but what I did see just from watching other reviews of this kit, and then also watching just like the Gundam Info, you know, like Gundam Info YouTube page has like these really short like 2-minute videos about like a bunch of different like Gundams and mobile suits. I watched the video about this mobile suit and saw that like one of the big things is that it fights with both of the beam sabers at once. And the thing is that while holding the shield with this kit, you can't do that. So that's kind of annoying. You would have to modify something like with the handle of the shield in order to be able to have the shield on the arm and holding the 2 beam sabers at once. So a little bit annoying. Personally, I don't really usually care for posing kits with 2 beam sabers at once anyway, so it doesn't really bother me too much. I wouldn't if I wasn't just wanting to show this to you guys, but if you wanted to do that, just have that in mind that you will have to do some cutting, do a little bit of modifying to be able to do that if you want to have the shield on the arm at the same time. Now, one thing that I just really love about this kit, just aside from the look, like I really just like the kind of like angular look of everything. It just has a really cool design to it overall, and just like the head is just really unique with that kind of like wolf ears kind of like on it. So just the design overall I really like, but then also just the fact that it's just a really fun and simple kit to pose, and it looks good in pretty much every single way that you can pose. Like action poses, it can do them really well, and it looks good doing them in just like kind of standing poses, or in this case just a kind of simple, just kind of like flying pose, not really in like any sort of like really dynamic action or anything, but it still looks good in pretty much any way that you can pose this kit. So that's something that I really like about it. It's just a really nice solid kit, simple. In terms of like seam lines, stickers, like I said, is not really all that bad, I don't think. Just really a few of them. Seam lines, there are on the backpack, that'll be a little bit annoying. The only other real seam lines on this kit is just the back of the leg. The front of the leg, the seam is disguised as a panel line. On the back of the leg though, it's kind of odd that they didn't do it for like just make the one on the back of the leg a panel line as well. But it's not, so you are going to have a seam on the back of the leg you're going to have to take care of. And then on the weapon, of course, there'll be that, but that's pretty standard for an HG. Whenever I paint this kit, I will maybe just do a work in progress video to show how to get around the seam lines on this kit, because a couple of them do include like parts that you're gonna want to like paint separately, so you're gonna have to do a little bit of work to take those out. Anyway, I'll talk more about that in the work in progress video. There is also a seam on the shoulders, of course. That is one of the areas that we'll have to modify as well to take those parts away for painting. But overall, I think the positives of this kit far outweigh the negatives. So yep, that's just about going to do it for this review. Like I said, after this I am going to also be reviewing the HG Shaldal Rogue, which is a very, very similar kit. It's very similar. So pretty much everything that I'm saying on this kit, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to be able to apply all that to the Shaldal Rogue as well. But anyway, and then I do also have one more Age kit, which I may also review sooner than later for you guys as well. It's one of the enemy mobile suits. So I'll have to think about that if I'm going to review that. Maybe also very soon, or maybe wait till later. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm not. But what I want to say is, don't expect to see like a whole lot of Age stuff like from now on from me. I have these couple kits I'm going to be reviewing, and that's pretty much all the Age kits that I own. I really don't own too many more than that. So if you guys still do have any other questions or comments, of course, feel free to leave those down below. Highly recommended this kit, and it's quite cheap as well. So if you think that it looks interesting to you, definitely check it out. It's definitely a really, really nice one. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.